Hey gamers, and welcome to episode 3 of my Skyrim free play. Yeah, that noise in the background is this dummy singing for me. I just murdered 2 bandits that were trying to have their way with him. Really don't have any idea who he is, but that's the beauty of playing this game, is that
smell that, the life of it, observing and capturing the epic struggle.
there's so many answers to this question. Why are you out here doing nothing and trying to kill yourself and get murdered by bandits? Well, because I feel like singing is his answer. And I'm like, oh, okay. But anyway, like I was saying, the beauty of this game is you can go through. This is my 4th playthrough, and I still see things that I'm like, what the hell is that? And I'm somebody who did all like the different quests and stuff, you know. So I'm on my way to level 36, but I don't know what time I left off last video. I might have been in my early 20s. And yeah, so like my video description says, I'm too lazy to really do any crafting. That's gonna get funny. They get all stiff. It looks really hysterical. But there's still that bug with paralysis where they start thrashing wildly in the air and they go way up into the sky and then they land and take 1,000,000 damage from nothing, from falling. If you have any idea what I'm talking about, please leave a comment. I don't even know what to call that bug. The possessed by the fucking devil bug? It's like literally, it looks like the devil has its way with you and telekinetically, and you're getting fucked in the air, and then you're thrashing, spinning around, you're getting twisted, and boom, you hit the ground at max velocity and you're dead. Oh, that's a saber cat. That's not cute. Alright. I'm gonna try to sneak up on this bitch. And there goes that. Guaranteed this bitch is gonna ruin it for me. Her sneaking, by the way, this Uthgerd, her sneaking sucks so hard. I can't even explain it. Like, I've never had a companion ruin my sneaking so often. And apparently this cat's on fucking patrol. He's gonna turn around before I get up to him, but I still gotta try. What'd I say? And she's my tank. She needs to stop with the bow. That's the fucking problem. And I'm about to die. He's in mid-strike, mid-air, I can tell. And he's gonna hit me, and I'm gonna die. What I tell you. What I tell you. That's because A, I don't have any potions, because I'm fucking lazy. B, that bitch thinks she's an archer. She's a fucking dual-handed twat. See? He hears her, he turns to me. Fuck this, man. Where is she? I'm gonna kite the fucking thing to her. Until... Thank you. I also told the cat that the snowy versions of these creatures are the harder ones. Oh, there we go. Boom. Boom. I can't. I'm sorry. It's that bug never gets old. It's like, I think they fall through the environment when they go stiff sometimes, where they get caught in it, and then it launches them into the air because it's confused about what to do with the body. All I know is funniest shit ever. Oh, and we're starting on a new town. Yay. So you get to see me do this for like an hour now, talking to all these idiots.
If you're looking for passage to Solstheim, too bad. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's... Now, hold on. That wasn't my fault. I didn't know that... It's hard to explain. The next thing I remember, there's been something strange going on there for a while. Have you been listening to me? I'm not going... Whatever you want.
I'm not going to
The
Solstheim
answer
right now.
isn't going to be any different later.
If you're looking for passage, talk to Captain Gallo.
Looking to hire? I can take you to any port on the coast. Where are you headed? All right.
I'm going to jump out of the microphone real quick to go talk to somebody on party chat. Maybe they'll join my channel, maybe they won't. Let's check it out. Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Not much. Just a quick warning. I'm broadcasting live right now, so you know,
Who is?
me. So you're on my recording. I mean,
Oh, that's fine. I don't care.
yeah, we're not. I mean, it doesn't matter.
I think my setting is that it doesn't work anyways. I'm gonna mute myself when it comes to broadcast.
Oh, that's awesome. So it's gonna sound like I'm talking to myself in my broadcast.
Maybe.
It's fine.
Oh.
I'm sure they'll understand what the settings are, but
Oh, I've broadcast for Skyrim a bunch of times. Do you actually get people looking, watching?
in the past, yeah. The problem is that people are inherently impatient and they don't really. If you're not doing anything full of action at that given moment, they don't want to stay.
Yeah. Especially, it pisses me off because you can't communicate properly. Like, if someone is like, "Hey, I don't know how to do this mission," and you're like, "Okay, sure, you go do the mission." Like this account I got 400 hours, so I'm just trying to finishing up a couple things. Like I've never done Dawn Guard, so I'm finishing the Dawn Guard piece, and then I'm gonna fucking start a new game if I'm still playing.
See, I've done Dawn Guard. I've never done the other one that you did, the Dragonborn. I did like part of it, but
it's really good because you get a whole nother island or a whole nother map, if you will. But once you get some of the quests done for the city that you're in, you end up getting a house, and the house has everything that you need to build. So you got your own like workshop for weapons and armor and all that. Like,
but you didn't use the Hearthfire like properties.
I haven't done that yet. No, I haven't done that yet. You get this one property that's set up for everything. So I just have that as my main one. I have like the enchantment, potions, all of that shit's there. So you just basically can set up. Hold on a second.
If it looks, he has nothing but disdain. Still, it's probably more trouble to pack up. You've seen how we live.
If you guys can hear, that's one of my Mass Effect Andromeda friends. Right now, I think we're both taking a break from Andromeda Online to play this. And like I said, this is my 4th playthrough, so none of this is new to me. It's just sort of extra fun for me and nostalgic, and I get to finally record for the first damn time because it's built into the consoles now rather than having to buy special.
Not sure. Things have been a lot worse around. None of that matters to me.
Sorry about that.
That's cool.
What are you trying to do now?
Well, here's the thing. Let me give you some history. This is my 4th playthrough, and I probably have clocked in from the other playthroughs over 2,000 hours. So,
PlayStation. I played on PlayStation.
Yeah, I played it on PS3 and Xbox 360. I had like 3 or 4 different
mains. I did the same thing. I had an Xbox 360 originally. My buddy had it, and I played it with him. And then I borrowed it for a bit, and then in that time, man, I'm getting a PS3, and then I just bought it for my PS3. So that's actually kind of funny.
You're gonna go back to PS3?
No, I did. Like, I'm just saying, I was on Xbox 360 playing it, so I made a character on an Xbox 360, and then I bought it on PS3, so then I redid another character, and I made a couple characters on PS3. And then when I bought it for the 4, I just said, fuck it, I'll play it all the way through.
Well, yeah, I mean, because
400 and change right now. I'm like, fuck it, okay, I kind of want a new game, but...
Yeah, I mean, you can't go back to PS3, not because the game is any different, it's the load times.
Handle well. Yeah, it doesn't, it's not... You could get stuck waiting for fucking shit. I get DLC. I always get DLC for games like this, so that it helps with loading times. Because I don't believe that a disc has the same loading time as the DLC. I just don't believe it.
When you say DLC, you mean the digital version?
Yeah, like I don't have a hard copy of any. I literally have not bought a hard copy yet for PS4. I don't have a single hard copy. Especially since they brought out the hard drives. You can use any hard drive now with them.
Yeah.
So I bought a 3 terabyte hard drive, and I got like 16 or 20 games, and I still have 2 terabytes. So it's like, just a lot of the games I play are neither online or RPG, where either way I'm spending thousands of hours playing. Yeah, like I remember Destiny, I had in the first year 1,000 hours. And raids, I think it was, or something stupid like that.
Yeah, I have so much experience with this game. I could sit here with you and fucking, it's crazy. But I came back to it. And
did you have online? Because I started playing this again so I could get into online.
I don't have online, but I don't want online, and here's why. I have a little bit of I'm easily to fall prey to a gaming addiction. So. And right now, like, I'm in grad school, I work full time, like, I mean, I'm already probably addicted to this.
You don't have much time for it.
Yeah. I can't play, after I played World of Warcraft for a little while, I kind of made a promise, like, no more MMOs, ever.
Well, see, yes and no. I hate when people say that, because really, all it means is you're doing that. If you get the online version, it's meant so that you can play with a couple people, like your friends, and do missions. Like, I thought it would be awesome if me and you could be playing in a map, doing shit, right? But I know that's not exactly what they did, but I don't want to play with it like it is World of Warcraft. I just want to be able to do missions and have people help me if I'm not doing so. That was my gist of it, and I got it on sale too. It was like $40. So I got all the expansions up to date.
Yeah, I got it for 30 just last week.
No, I mean online. I bought
Oh.
this shit when it first came out. I pre-ordered it. As soon as I seen it, I pre-ordered it because I haven't played it in so long.
Yeah, this week it's on sale for 30, so I got all the DLCs for.
Pisses me off.
Well, I mean,
No,
you don't
it's
think
good.
it.
It's
You
good
don't
on
think.
you. It's good on you. I'm not saying piss at you. Just I hate how they always do that. It's been like 5 months, not even since it's dropped.
Well, I mean, I would.
Not even a year, and it's like over 50%. It's like, fuck, why pre-order it?
Everyone says you're
Well, I agree with you. Like, I feel that way about Andromeda because it did so bad, you know. But I'm guessing that that's what happened here. Is like, they had it for full price, and people were like, "No, I'm not buying that for full price."
They've already, this game, the problem is this game already came out. Right? Like, it's not like this is a brand new game like Andromeda. This is an already played game now. It looks a hell of a lot better, yes.
The mouths are a lot
You're gonna
better.
have people, like, just everything about it is technically better, but you're not gonna, some people aren't gonna want to play the same game again, or buy and play the same game again. Not everyone likes to replay it. This is the type of game that you can replay, but a lot of people are like, I've already spent hundreds of thousands of hours playing it, I don't want to play it. And I think that's what I should have realized and waited. That's what it is.
What do you mean? Like you're playing it, but you don't want to play it?
No, I'm like, I should have waited.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Instead of pre-ordering and paying $80.
Oh, it was 80?
Yeah, it was 80 when it first dropped, and I fucking put like almost.
Wait, with the DLC? Wait, hold on a second.
With the DLC, yeah, that's why I was pissed because I spent that much money and then they dropped the price. Even before that, it was like a month or two later they dropped the price. The first drop at least. So I wasn't too happy about that.
Shit.
But
So you had to pay 60 for the 60 for vanilla and then 20 for DLCs?
No, it all came together.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry, man.
It's one game, man. Hey, I got my money's worth. I can never say I didn't get a handshake. I literally had 300 hours plus in the first month. And then I took a break from playing. I always put at least 100 hours in a game if I buy it, or if I get it. So to me, if I spend 100 hours, it's not that much when you break it down. 400 hours divided by $80, it's like I'm not really paying too much.
Yeah, you're paying for an experience, and the longer the experience is, the more worth it is as you play for more hours.
Again, that's why it's, even when I do shit like that, it's not a total loss. I get nothing to it.
I'm at the point where, like,
because
let me see how many hours I am right now. I can't even tell. Okay, hold on. Let me go my save file.
I haven't saved yet either. I haven't made one save.
How have you not saved for 400 hours?
Because there's the autosaves and quick save.
Oh.
Quick save is awesome. So I don't have a single save. That was another thing I tried to do. I wanted to be all boss and like I don't have to save. But in all honesty, I played this shit so much, like between this and Fallout, that I don't have to save between them. I did in Fallout because I wanted to get the trophies a little faster. I didn't want to start a new game, so I could save a point, beat it, and then go back. But other than that,
yeah, see, I didn't even want to bother with that because I remember seeing my experience with the game in the past was that if there's certain quests glitched out, you needed to have saves to go back and fix the glitch.
Yeah, but that's what your autosaves are. You have 3 autosaves and the quick save. So the quick save can be used at any time. You just get one of it. But the quick save can always be that save. Anytime you have an like, oh, I gotta save it, you quick save it, it stays there. So all your autosaves can go past it. but your quick save was to stay wherever it was. So if you need to have like a point to go back to, I just quick save, and then it's like, well, do what I gotta do, and if I don't like it, okay, I'll go back to my quick save. Not having to worry about the
Nah, it was just too much work for me. I mean, you know,
No, that's the whole point. It's not too much work. It's just that's where this.
Well, too much to think about.
Comes into play. That's what I love about it, though. Like, my intelligence definitely has risen since this thing. I fucking love it. When I first started playing, I didn't know how to play the game. I would just walk around and do stuff, and then like my buddy kind of showed me a couple things, like look for a chain or look for something to do this. And then once I did, every game I play like that, and it always takes me longer to do things because I'm always trying to collect everything, and I forget that most games aren't like that. Bethesda games are not that detailed. But it's the whole, to me, the reason why you play an RPG or whatever is just to get that brain process rolling.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Like, now I'm playing on I've been playing on Legendary since level 1, and I'm trying so hard to,
I forgot if I've changed that.
And I see, that's why I have to kind of do it differently with the saves, because Legendary is like, when you start off, you're at such a disadvantage that, like, basically it takes you, I'll say maybe such. Not even.
That's stupid to start at the very beginning. I tried that on Fallout 2, and I couldn't get past it.
I wanted the challenge. I've done it. It's not my first time doing it. And I know the game so well that I know what I have available to me to win. It's just sometimes there's an element of luck when, you know, I have to hit somebody 200 times to kill them, and they have to hit me once. You know, especially if they're using two-handed weapons, it's like boom, dead. You know, so what I did right off the bat, and it's kind of funny because I made a Khajiit, and I've made a promise to myself every time I played a new game, a new, you know, main character, that I would switch the race. I would always be a different race. I would never be the same one twice, because that's kind of stupid. So the race really determines how you build your character. So
I'll agree with that. I always take the high elf because it gives me 50 magic, which saves me 5 levels at the beginning.
And I did an elf already. You know, I did a dark. I think so far I had a dark elf, a high elf, an orc, and I don't know. And then in previous Elder Scrolls, I did humans. So, you know, and all the human types. So now I'm a Khajiit. I never been a Khajiit or Argonian, and I was like, you know, I don't know how I feel like about being a beast creature, but let me try it out, you know. And so far, I mean, they're not very remarkable, the Khajiit, but in the beginning it helped me because I could go around to different towns and brawl people and get them to join me right off the bat without having to pay anybody. So it was basically like, you know, easier for sneaking and being like a thief type, and then also like you know, getting friends. So
that's what I'm doing right now, is putting up my bow and sneak.
Yeah, that was like one of my. I'm trying to do something like a little bit different like that, but I'm having some trouble because I'm lazy. You know, I wanted to do more of like a poisoning type where.
Yeah, I kind of know what you mean. Like, to a certain degree, the potion thing, like, I don't. To me, it's just stupid to sit there for long periods of time trying to figure out what potion ingredients go together. But if that's
if you start to get it up,
that's the great thing about it. You have so many different angles to play.
Yeah,
not just
that's what I'm saying. So I started off. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. I was just agreeing with you.
I started off wanting to do that, and my sneak is getting up there, but now I'm going more in the like one-handed backstab sort of area, like, because the damage output is so high that I can't turn it down playing Legendary. You know, I already have one of the perks that's, you know, like this backstab with a dagger does times 15 damage. You know, and then
I remember seeing something like that. Yeah.
And then
you can kill people real quick.
Yeah, if you do a charge attack and you come behind them, but it doesn't always work, especially against animals. Those bastards see you like instantly,
Yeah, they have their senses.
unless you're directly behind them, and they patrol way too much fucking animals. Like, like you'll see a wolf. It never just stands there like a human will. It'll
It's
like
always moving
it's
around,
always
yeah.
moving,
It's
and
hard to hit them with a bow or something.
they never move in a fixed direction that you can come behind them.
Which is why it's great, because it's not automated. That was the worst thing about video games, is you always knew where things were going to be.
So the only thing I can really backstab are like bears, because bears will lay there or stand there, and growl at nothing. Like I'll like backstab one, and I'll see like, it's acting like it's fighting somebody, and then I go up to it, it's fucking by itself doing nothing, and I'm like, why are you making all that noise for? Like, but so anyway, it's like you said though, like I'm finding it hard to just sit there and want to mess around with the crafting for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Even though like I know how it works, I don't have the materials, like the ingredients memorized. So
yes, that's yeah.
And I don't want to be a
actually-
dick and look it up. So I'm like,
I know what you mean. You don't want to give in.
yeah. So I mean, I
that's
eat them all, like, so I get the first material.
know, it's just, yeah.
But other than that, like, I'm experimenting with different things, and usually what I ended up doing in the end is I'll collect so much of it and put it in a box that at some point I can sit there with like 50 of this and 50 of that and go around and try all these different combinations. But when you only have 10 of it, you
can't do it.
You don't really want to do it,
Exactly. I do remember one time, not this character, but the last time I played, I waited until I had like a couple hundred hours of saving stuff, like coming in, dropping off, going back out, and I couldn't even travel with all of the ingredients. I had way too much. So I did try to do it, but it's more of a at the end of your game, when you're kind of bored, done everything. Now you have enough materials, you can try.
And I'm sorry, but the best guild in this game, or the best group to join, like, not saying any of them are better than the other when you finish them, but overall, like when you start to the finish and all the benefits you get, which one do you say is the best? Including being an Imperial or a Stormcloak. That's, I guess, considered a faction too. So it would be those, the assassins, the thieves, the mages, the war.
The Dark Brotherhood is a good one, and so is the Thieves Guild. Those are good.
And the companion.
Those two are kind of equal. The companions, you don't need them.
Yeah.
Especially because they have Dawn Guard. The companions were like a start, and then they realized that people wanted the vampire and werewolves more than just that little thing.
Yeah.
And then Dawn Guard, you know what I mean? Because it was a DLC. That's why I thought Dawn Guard would be better than going to the companions, just because it's like an actual storyline specifically for that.
Hold on one second. I just need to use the bathroom. 1 sec. Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm gonna get a drink.
I'm back.
Yeah, this game's really good for debates. You could, there's a lot of things to go over. I think they kind of do put things in order for you though, because if you look online to or look for like information about it, you'll start to see that they build factions to be better than others, but still have their place in the pyramid scheme.
Oh yeah, I wasn't looking to like have a debate. It was more like a sort of like preference in terms of like what you think is most useful versus
But
why
that
it's
goes
most
to
useful.
how you play. It just to me it's what style you play, which is why it's great because it means not just one way is going to always beat the other. It's almost like everything has a positive and it has a weakness. So there's a balance, or at least somewhat.
Yeah, actually, so I was gonna say that mine has always been the Thieves Guild, and it's not because Thieves Guild is my favorite. I always wanted the College of Winterhold to be amazing. Like if you had like really
Yeah, that is a good one because it gets you a lot of things. It gets you a Dragon Priest mage.
Yeah,
Gets you
but
a bunch of stuff.
but like for me I wanted it to be better though. The Thieves Guild, I felt they did so much with it that not only could you get all these items or get chill rend or get
Yeah, that's a good one.
or like the thieves sets, but you
Just
had
not
access
getting caught for things.
it's your
Fuck up the guard
yeah,
sees you. It's like, oh, you're with the thieves.
not getting caught for things, and also having your first black market vendor, that you could sell fucking anything to, and then on top of that,
True.
as you steal more, you can put all those different black market vendors in all those different cities, and
Yeah, but if you get your speech, what was it?
that's so
No,
hard
go
though.
on,
That's the
please.
hardest speech to get.
It's the speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your speech up there, then you can sell it to anybody.
But see,
that's one of the number one things I focus on. I always pay to put up speech.
oh, see, I don't do that. I do it the hard way.
For the first 50, for the first 50, like, listen, man, it's how much time you want to pay. The difference is, do you want to spend the time doing it the long way, or do you want a shortcut? The game has long way and shortcut for everything. So it's like, you're not going to spend the long way in everything, or you're never going to get anything done.
That's why I do the save
gotta
thing.
The save thing has nothing to do with you leveling up multiple things at once.
No,
The game
I'm
is
saying
designed
like
so that when you go through your skill list, you can see all the different things. You can't level up certain things. Like, you only really have 1 or 2 hands at max for magic, right? And there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 5 of them. You can only do 2 at a time, and how long it would take to get all 5 of those up to 100? It'd take forever, and that's easy using too. You gotta shortcut some things when you won't get anything.
for some reason I've always done it like even in other ones, like I know that they put training in there for a reason, but I always have training 0. It's just the way I like to build it slowly,
Yeah, no, I never used training until I just didn't want to waste time struggling to lose just because like this is a game I've already played and beat so many times. I'm not playing it for that reason.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like,
it
if
doesn't make sense. Like, there's no value in doing it the long way. It just means you're taking more time, and time's all you have in this world. Like, I may be a little young technically, but I don't got that many years to be still valuing.
yeah, no, I mean, I know what you're saying. I just I always did the black market vendors that way. I was like, I don't want to get speech all the way up, like,
No, sure, that's
and
the
waste
one
money
thing,
on it
but
too,
I'm saying
you
for
know.
everything. That's just one. There's like 10 of them. So what do you do for the other ones? Like, you can't do it for all of them, otherwise you won't get anything like that. Like, I don't buy or do it for everyone, but I don't know. Speech was just too much. Like, how much time, how much money do you have to buy things and sell? That's really where your speech comes in. You can persuade, they get that once in a while, but your speech is just buying and selling. So you can only do so much buying and selling at the beginning of the game.
There used to be a quest in this that was broken with persuade, that you could just keep persuading your way up to 100.
Oh, so there you go.
But I don't remember where it was, and whether or not they even took it out, because there's a lot of bugs they didn't fix. There's a lot of things that they left, like,
well,
the
they
way.
probably didn't do a full remaster. They just took the graphics and added it in. Like someone explained it to me, and it was basically they don't have to do anything with the game. They just have to reprint it out in the new graphics, which is a very simple process. So it's like that's once I heard that after I paid for it too, and I'm like, wow. So they didn't actually really do much other than redo it in graphics. And that's it. So they probably didn't really fix it much of anything. I thought that they would or add new stuff, but no, I didn't notice it.
Yeah, they have like they still have the paralysis bug where if they fall into the environment while they're paralyzed, they go berserk. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Holy shit, I have it recorded on video. Like they start flying around, twitching, like someone has them, like Jean Grey has them and is throwing them around in the air. I'm not even kidding. It's sick, and they're like twitching and flying around, and then they go up, and eventually when the game compensates and lets them go, they fall all the way from the sky, land, and die in one hit because the impact from falling.
Now, getting the Daybreaker, I had a glitch like that. Every time I'd go up, it would let me fall and I would die. Like after you get the sword, like
oh, through Meridia, yeah.
I was just like, what the fuck? Oh shit! Oh my goodness, I'm fucking dead.
You're dead?
Well, I've never. Well, I just survived, but I've never really been a vampire. I was always a werewolf, and you got 50 plus fire, and I just got fucking
burn
in fire. Yeah. Where's like ultimate healing? And I have good restoration too. Restoration is one of my mandatory or main things.
Oh, I love it when you get that perk that gives you back stamina for every time you heal.
Yeah,
oh, that's fucking
and
amazing.
Your magic heals resets. Like I got, my magic is ridiculously fast. It's a constant incline up. I technically. I run out of magic when I'm trying to do a transmuter or whatever. Changing what is it called? What am I doing? I'm not even paying attention.
I did the Black Sacrament over and over with the body and the things. Of course you are. I prayed. The head missed, so I ran away and came home and performed the Black Sacrament. Now you're here, and you can kill all of the kind. Please don't kill Constance.
Do you read the book where you can change ore to silver to gold?
She got sick last winter.
Well, book?
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah, there's a book you read. There's an Alteration.
Oh yes. I don't have
I'll find it. See what it's called.
Transmutation. Yeah.
No, it's transmute, but transmutes it to unrefined ore to silver or silver to gold.
I need that's funny. I need gold ore to give to someone for a stupid quest.
That's why I started because like I started making my own jewelry for money, and then I realized there's a it's not a glitch or a hack, but it almost is. When you go to enchant, do you ever do enchanting?
Yeah.
That's the #1 thing. Another thing that I get up. I get my enchanting to 100, get the double things, and then I double everything. And when you have the Summon Daedra enchantment and you have the Paralyzation enchantment, those are the two most expensive ones. You put them together, just a regular iron dagger, the cheapest thing you can get is about 2,000. So I'll walk around with daggers 2,000 or rings that are 2,000. Rings you can't do with them because it's different stuff, but you can find, I forget which two it is. Let me find it. I have a bunch of them on me right now. Sneaking and carrying. I got a 4,076 emerald gold.
They belong to the ancient Nord.
The waste 0.3 and it's 4,000 values. Beautiful. And that's without me adding all my increased work.
Like constantly adding things to enchanting so you could sell them. Well, who do you sell them to that has that much money?
It's no one really. You can once you get your speech up, you invest in that. But I usually just get merchandise.
Writing in the book
Like the shit that I want, I'll put on the helmet and my
some see only blank pages.
the stupid clown from Dark
Oh,
Knight.
Cicero.
Cicero, yeah. See, he's got 20%. Then there's 15 from the Thieves Guild, and then with the ring, where is it? No, it's a necklace. You can put barter on a necklace, which is another 25%. But it maxes out. There's a cap on it. It doesn't just keep going. But it's even if I lose it, what the fuck do I care? Everything that I do is worth maximum money you can get. So one item clear out a whole person, no problem. Like anything I put into them, I get right back, no problem. That's the real benefit of it. Like you don't have stuff, then you can start getting stuff pretty quick once you get the Daedric thing. The Daedric one's the best, really, but Paralyzation's pretty damn good too.
Yeah, I'm not even high enough level for that stuff to start spawning yet.
Well, that's not entirely true. If you're playing on a level, whatever level you're on, that might be enough.
I had it's still leveled the same way. Like basically everyone.
Legendary would make you have to get stuff faster.
What you get, it's all.
You up to that level.
It keeps all of the items that are leveled are all stay the same. So like once glass and Daedric stuff start to appear once you reach a certain level, it doesn't matter if you're on easy or on legendary. The only thing that changes is how much life they all have and how much life your companions have. Yeah, and how much how much damage they do, basically. It like multiplies your damage by like 10. I'm not even exaggerating. But the cool part is when you get a companion, they can tank for you because their life goes up exponentially too. Not necessarily their damage. They're not great at killing. They're just great at keeping them distracted while you fuck them from behind, basically. And I keep having to like learn all these different ways and how to drop combat. Aside from invisibility, because I don't even have it yet. To get them to leave me alone and go after my companion. But I should be actually getting invisibility soon, now that I think about it, because my...
That's the one thing I haven't got. You have to learn it, though, right?
Yeah, you just go to the mages, guild and buy it.
Oh, I can buy it.
Yeah, because what happens is every time you go to 25, 50, or 75 in a magic skill... No, they sell better ones.
Yeah, because you're at the level to buy it. You can only go up one level. Like if you're an adept, you can only buy the expert. But you can only buy what you're able to basically.
Yeah, but at the Mages Guild, they sell once you get to 75, they sell everything. And then of course to get the legendary spells, you have to do quests for each of them. And the illusion quest is really easy, but the rest of them are fucking annoying. Go here and do this.
I think the only one I did other than restoration was destruction.
Yeah, where you have to go to those 3 podiums and get those 3 books.
I don't even remember it, but yeah, I just remember I did do it. And then the stupid thing is the same thing you get from the Dragonborn. When you do the Dragonborn quest and you beat Merrick, which is the other Dragonborn, you, in the process, can pick up these powers from... There's 4 of them. They're like a tree or like a building or whatever. And each one does a different thing. The one that's the fire, it's basically the 100% destruction.
I think she would be happy to know that our collection...
This is so dumb. Oh, you don't have to tell me because you know what? I never played it, so if there's anything else that might surprise me left, that's the only thing.
No, you just go. No, it's just
like new skills.
You can only use it once, and then you have to go pick it up from the spot again. So like you can keep getting them, but you only get one use.
Oh, you exchange them like you do with the stones.
Yeah, it's like a power. No, not an exchange so much as like right now. If you go to your powers, it would be in your powers, and then if you use it, instead of using a voice, what do you call it? shouts. Instead of using a shout, you use the sun power, and then it'll.
Yeah, yeah.
It does a massive explosion.
But you can trade them. You said you can go back at any point and get a different one.
No, you can have all of them at the same time.
Oh.
You get one use. So you get your one use, and then you...
One per day.
Go back and get it again. And no, I don't think it's one per day. It's one use.
Ew.
So once you use it, you go right back and get it again. And yeah, there's one for each division.
So we're ready to start this war in earnest then. Soon. I still say you should take them all out like you did in that
I gotta go check something.
Yep.
I'm not sure you belong here.
Next Imperial IC is dead.
I remember. You were held up with us. Good.
I still say you should take them all out like
Speaking of, not entirely true. Any Nord can learn the way by shouting toward the ground. However, it was my sword piercings. The Empire's ravenous hunger for Skyrim. Tullius has kept. Damn Tullius. He's pocket. We should take your march. We're fighting on Skyrim. We're fighting because Skyrim needs heroes. The Empire thinks it will. Soon enough, we will. I'm not sure why Tullius is wasting his time. I killed Toril to prove our wretched condition. How is the High King? Indeed, but the moot has not yet meant to name a High Queen. There hasn't been a true for too long. It's time we had a real High Queen. My father, when finally clamoring the throne of Isgramor, I killed Toril to prove I challenged. True, but that was his father. He was too privileged and too foolish.
We'll show those faithless dogs who this land belongs to.
But first, tell me, why does a cat want to fight for Skyrim? Can't fault anyone for that. All right. That's so long. I'm sending you to Serpentstone. It's where men is a strict. You kill an ice mage out there. Only the ones I'm not sure about. This will prove you're a bit. We'll see him. What?
Things hinge on
We've got nothing to talk about until you
we
come
can
back
take
from
the city without
Serpentstone.
bloodshed. That if not,
The people are behind you.
many I fear
Fighting
still
with
look
I
against
will.
me.
And let them die with their false king.
We've been soldiers a long time. We know the price of freedom. The people are still waiting in their hearts.
What's left of Skyrim to wage?
They have families to think
How many of
So these conversations really sometimes go on for way too long.
of. Well, tell me, God, why do you fight for me?
I'd follow you into the depths of oblivion. You know that.
Been there, done that.
Yes, but why do you fight?
What? We've got nothing to talk about. I'll die before
There's
you
one of those Skyrim for the Lord's knights. And you're right. Don't let Ulfric or some of these other short-sighted Nord whenever a group of there's a group of cutthroats out there. That's it. You deal with them. I'll make sure the great did we really save, help the Dark Elves. I tried, but Ulfric is set in his ways. The Stormcloaks, there's two kinds of people.
Lots of history in these walls.
Nords, Ulfric.
He seems to be. I don't really have a mind for war.
I got shit coming in the mail and it never comes on time. So it's pissed me off.
Who do you order through?
Oh, it's through a fucking thing over in, it's in Canada. It's just for whatever reason I was taking Canada Post, regular mail service.
Oh, you're Canadian?
Yeah.
Holy shit! You don't have an act. You sound like an American. You don't have an accent at all.
Really?
I do the cooking.
I don't. You sound like you don't sound Canadian. I would never have guessed that.
Canadian?
I mean,
Well, to tell you the honest truth, America portrays the wrong image. That's not like every major Canadian city, with the exception of Ottawa, which is our fucking capital for the whole country, and like Montreal, which is Quebec, and Quebec just wants to be their own fucking country. But every other major city is an hour from the US border. Like, I'm in Ontario, so technically where I live goes past the other borders. You know, like if you look on it, you'll see Ontario and a little tail of it, which is like Toronto and the GTA. It's actually past the borders that are beside it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense then.
We're so much, like, as a child I thought I was American because everything I saw on TV. It wasn't until like the later 90s where Canada tried to like do its own television, and then I'd be like, oh, this is Canadian. Oh, okay, I see. But a lot of us were just Americanized from the beginning. Now we've, you know, started branching off, being a little bit more unique.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is like, I guess as a kid, I was always in the impression that Canadians were more unique in that sense, and that
the whole talking about it, that does not exist.
Oh yeah, no, I know it doesn't. I mean, like, we have stupid accents here too.
No, what I mean is that accent, I'm like 90% sure that they did in the 70s, the CBC, which is the Canadian Broadcasting Center, they did a documentary on this family called the Rose or something, and they live in far northern Ontario, and they live on the island, and it's just them. And they're twin sisters that don't really look alike, and they all talk like that, and they look like they're fucking hillbillies. And I swear that that's where America got their dictation of Canadians, because I can't think of a single Canadian that talks about or about. Like, I can't even really talk like that.
Yeah, it's funny. You're trying and you can't do it. That's funny.
You know what I mean?
A boot, yeah.
It's so fucking retarded. Plus all the hours I spend on here. Like, I got a buddy in Ireland I played Destiny with a lot, which is probably gonna start doing the Destiny 2 drops. And for a while there, I was starting to try to pick up a little bit of an Irish accent. Like, fuck.
Oh yeah.
I kept hearing.
That used to that happened to me when I went to Italy. I was with a bunch of British people, and I started to pick up like parts of their, not their accent, but the way they inflect their words and structure their sentence. Yeah, well, it's inflection. It was like the way that their sentences would, the way they would put emphasis or accents on certain parts of words that Americans wouldn't.
Gives it that sound.
Up to no good, are we?
Oh, this is a stupid question. I mean, you random little tidbit about Skyrim. You know, but when you give beggars money, you get a blessing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's a stupid, but the game never tells you that. So if you don't know, like, it's like, why would I ever give this bitch money?
It does tell you. What are you talking about? It pops up and says you get the blessing or whatever.
No, I know, but I'm saying unless you do it and pay attention to that little text in the top left of the screen.
Unless you know. You're right. No, and that's why I had such a hard time when I first played this game. And then once my buddy pointed out kind of how the game went, then I was fucking, I kind of, you know, his equal, or I surpassed him because I had more time to play. Like, when the new Elder Scrolls comes out, I'm probably going to be a little better. But, yeah, it's you got to know what to look for, otherwise you're lost. Like, literally you'll get lost.
Yeah. Oh, the game, yeah, they don't hold your hand, they don't hold your hand at all. I mean, they do have those little hints that come up every once in a while, but they don't do much, you know, and that doesn't bother me because I've been playing this series since Daggerfall, so I'm used to this open-ended crazy bullshit.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like I said, I can't help it, but in any other game I play, I still go around and look for stuff the same way I do in this game. And it takes me forever to get things done, and I don't know why I still do it, but I can't help it. I go and look and make sure that there's nothing left, you know, and then like hours dissipate.
That's an interesting skill to have with other things though in life, you know, like
yeah, be very thorough with your searching.
Yeah, like I'm I'm an investigator in real life, so
Oh, nice.
I
This is right up your alley.
yeah. But I played these games before I ever became a fucking investigator, you know.
So it's kind of like what helped you see what you're enjoying about it.
Well, yeah, it just helps me like with that skill of like looking at little small details or like little parts of things, you know, noticing things, you know.
Yeah, all the smallest detail has a lot of times the biggest value.
It's not that
Because it means one thing, anything else.
it's dangerous. But if you sneak, I do some a few.
That's cool. So you're like a dick, a private eye.
I could be, but I'm not a licensed dick. I work for a city-funded. I'm in New York City, so I work for a city-funded law firm. You know, in certain states you have.
You do the investigation work for the law firm.
Yeah, but we work for the city, so we're not part of the city, but we work for the city. Yeah, we're paid by the city.
That's a whole lot of shit.
We're defense, so we defend clients who can't afford their own defense. We're basically like a public defender.
Public defender, yeah. So if they're like, hey, this is how it's going down, and that's like the difference of them going to jail or not, you go and confirm that what they said is true.
Yeah.
That,
Well, it depends. There's so many, you know, we can speak to our client to get more information. We could speak to the complainant, you know, or the person who's like, oh, you know, whatever, about...
who's it against?
Yeah, who it's against. Or we can speak to witnesses, like family members. You know, sometimes it's either like they say in stupid shows, like character witnesses or actual witnesses. But both help in different circumstances, especially when somebody's like, yeah, I don't think my friend really would have done that. Like, that's really not in character for him. You know, it helps us build
your case.
Well, build a case, but also get an idea of how much effort we should be putting into it or not, too. You know?
If he's lying or...
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know, because we try to defend them to the best of our ability no matter what, but sometimes we get a sense that... Yeah.
How can you really help someone if they're going to lie to you, not tell you?
And they do it all the time.
And yeah, it's stupid. It's like they can't be used against you. It's your lawyer. You got that, you know, client privilege, whatever you call it. And it just makes you look bad. Like, how do you want to really bust your balls to help somebody if they sit and lie to you?
Well, at a certain point, the attorney will just say, like, yeah, we won't use it against you. We'll just say, no, I'm not going to put that much resources and effort into this case if it seems like you're a fucking liar. Because you've been telling me how many fucking wild goose chases I've been on.
Well, I can't imagine. Again, it's very frustrating at that point.
The most...
Sorry, I should say I can understand. I can't imagine. I have no idea what that's like.
I love it, but I want to kind of get out of the public...
Part.
Huh?
I said just the frustration part of it.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's just stupid. It's silly, you know. I mean, like, so a lot of the time people will say, "Oh, go get this video from this place because it'll show me not doing it." Like, and I'm like, "Yeah, you talk good game, but then there's no cameras there." Or or like, you know, or even better, it's like you get the video and it doesn't even show what they said it shows. It shows that they did what they said that the police said that they did, and you're like, you dumb prick.
Like
you sent me here to get something that fucked you, you know?
Yeah.
Because if it goes to...
really don't...
Yeah. Because if it ever goes to trial, which about 90% or more cases never do, we're obligated at a certain point to give them discovery, which is everything that we have on the case. And if we have a video that shows them doing what the thing says they do, you know... just like the cops, like a lot of the time they get the video first, most of the time, but I have to try to get it myself. Like people will always say to me, "Why don't you just get it from the cops?" Because they have it. I'm like, because they're not obligated to give it to us unless this is going to trial, and we can't use it as a bargaining chip for a plea if I don't know what the video shows and you're not fucking telling me. And that's a New York law. That's not a federal thing. So other states, like as soon as you get information, you have to give it to the other side. Yeah. This state is like, we're trying to change it because
it's one-sided basically. You're not giving a fair, equal trial in a sense. You're manipulating it to your benefit. Or
yeah,
whatever side.
for whatever side. But the thing is, cops have a distinct advantage at getting video over defense because people will always say, "Yeah, a police officer comes to get a video. You don't tell them no." You know, without. Yeah, do you want them to start punching you in the face? You know, so, yeah, you know, here, take it and go away. You know, but with us, it's like they start asking these questions, like, I don't gotta give you shit, or I gave it to the cops already. Well, the cops respond first because they were the ones who were there for the crime, so. You know, so it's like they get the video while they're there most of the time, or the day after. We don't know about it until 2 or 3 days later, and then on top of that, we have to wait for all the information to come through. So sometimes it could be a week before we get out there to get the video ourselves. And most video has a expiration time of, let's say the average is about a week. Sometimes it's... No, it records over itself because of the size of their hard drives.
Okay. Sorry, yeah, okay.
You know, so it erases itself. And sometimes the cops will tell people, delete the video so they can't get it. That's fucking...
It doesn't surprise me, I can't say, but that's bad.
It's not common, but it happens. Because I've had people told me that happens.
You know what, like, if you got some dirtbag little diddler or something like that, do you really want to make sure it gets out? You know, that's just human nature. Is it right? No, but is what he's doing right now? Like, that's one thing I never understood or understand. How do, like, diddlers get a couple years, and drug dealers get for life?
What do you mean, drug dealers get life?
Okay, so like, if you take away a child's innocence by being a bad person, you literally only do years, like a year or 2 or 3 years. You don't do your whole life. Whereas if you are a drug dealer, you can get your whole life in prison or a life sentence. Like you sold someone drugs and they die, that's on you. But if you take away a child's innocence, it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, I'm sure there's variations that can mean that they do.
Well,
a lot of times,
death...
But a lot of times it doesn't.
Death will always trump over anything else.
Sure, but the person's death is their own doing because they chose to buy it. The person that sold it to you is their responsibility, and if it's not them, it would have been somebody else. So in that logic, it's not really fair to say it's his fault because the person is to look for it. So the person's going out to look for it, that means that they're going out to basically find the person that's going to be responsible. It's like a suicide by cop.
True. And the only problem with that is that you can't differentiate between somebody who has a drug problem and doesn't, and if you start treating people with drug issues like that, more people are going to die. I think that's not what I believe, but that's the logic, and I get it, you know.
That the problem with that though is that everyone thinks that a prescription, you get a prescription that it's okay. No, you prescribe heroin, it's fucking right, like nothing. Right? And so you have someone that takes the medication and gets hooked, and then they go out and buy it. That's like, that's not really their fault they got hooked because the doctor shouldn't have given them such a heavy.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking
for. You're talking about like those meth clinics?
Have you taken care of that?
Any opiates. I had brain surgery.
Well,
I had
you've got the right place.
Which, if you want to know, go to YouTube, BuzzFeed, and one of the girls that works for TN, she has it, she does like a little video about it.
You need anything, come see me. I'm as resourceful as
Of course we'll get
I'm on
Our sister and I both
Know
work
about any flowers? There. My father... I'm all alone. There. My father was... I'm all alone.
So like,
I have a lot of
tried to
respect
sell
for
flowers
you.
so I can buy
I've been on for a while.
It's not much.
So I have an idea of what happens, but I'm not.
Hold on, let me let me put that in. I want to just see what you said. I know what myalgia is, but what's the first part?
Trigeminal. If you go to YouTube and then just say BuzzFeed TN, it'll be the first one that pops up. Because trigeminal, I don't know how to spell.
Oh, neuralgia. Okay. No, I got it here.
Yeah. Well, the video just shows very quickly what it is, and then now we need the best thing for it. And I get heroin like it's nothing, but they won't pay for me. Like
I know that's fucking ridiculous. That's so stupid.
I get heroin a lot, and when I say that, people like look at me wrong. I'm like, that's what it is. If you like, this is how you deal with it. If you accept that this is terrible and you treat it like that, you shouldn't have a problem because nobody wants to talk to heroin.
Oh my god.
Say it's a prescription.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. Do you get those shocks like it says?
What?
It says it can come in in types when you have pain, right? Do you ever get like electrical impulses, kind of?
Sure. I have twitch-outs.
No, because I'm asking because I had. You can't. You said?
Yeah, no. I had a tumor attached to it for 20 years.
Yeah, you told me about it. Yeah.
The whole nerve's fucked, but then when they go to take it out, they had to slice the nerve wide open, and it's a central nerve, so it's like it controls everything on one side of your face. You have two of them, one left, one right. So the whole left side of my face is fucked. Like if I try to smile, it doesn't work because the way that the damage was done, my face is naturally frowned, and smiling actually you'll start to see it twitching out because I can't smile properly. I can't use the muscles properly because it's all fucked.
So you have like permanent nerve damage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Permanent. The nerve medication I'm on is almost just as bad as the opiates. Like literally just as bad, if not worse, because it's killing my stomach. And I'm on this dosage that I'm on right now until at least 2 weeks. I've done about December will be 3, and I got another 2 before it starts to relax and calm down.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just when I'm trying to get it's not always someone's fault. So
Oh, I know.
like being a drug dealer, it's really the government that's they're creating things. And it's my job. I watch a lot of videos on Vice or whatever from YouTube on board.
I have a.
It's crazy.
I mean, I have a lot of experience with addiction, both personally, personally and with other people. So, like I get it. I definitely get it. I mean, but I wouldn't go as.
It's a physical or mental. There's a difference. So there's like a lot. Like coke is not a physical addiction. Crack maybe. Coke no. So that's more of a mental addiction.
Yeah, even weed is like that too.
Yeah, yes and no.
Mental, I would say.
But the thing about weed is that it's a medicinal for so many things. You probably have something that it's helping with. Like it literally. I used weed up until they confirmed I had a tumor, and then I took the drugs.
Well, let me tell you something.
Until then, it needs everything.
Well, let me tell you what's something that happened to me at some point. In the past, I had to stop smoking because because it was and I didn't know this. It was messing with my emotional health. No, my emotions. It was making me really fucking sensitive, and not like sensitive like you get when you're drunk, but like I was just not coping well with things. I was like, if
you're freaking out when you're having panic attacks and stuff.
I mean, I don't really have panic attacks. It was more just like it was making my depression a little bit worse, because of the lack of energy I already had, and then the weed was bringing me down a little bit lower. I was judging myself on top of whatever it was. It was just compounding with the issues I already have.
It was confusing because you're being told that it's not a medication. I was told
this kind of works,
nothing wrong with me,
but it's going to end up making you rich.
Bad, blah blah blah, and it's been the same in life. The thing is, though, like you're describing, if you have
Right.
people around you,
Which
with drugs,
we want to
all
waylay a ship.
saying
That's what I like to hear.
and to you
Off you
don't
go.
think it is, but you have everyone else telling you it
Well, you done or
That's
what?
the problem, not the
N-
fucking
Oh, you're
I know.
If you
I'm
have
telling you, it was me. I'm not even saying other people said that to me about me. I I realized it at some point when I stopped smoking that it was that's what it was doing to me. And the problem with any drug is that it does different things to different people. So it's never the same shit. So what happens to me may have never happened to you. And plus, you know, I've gone through so many different like
it's probably what they put in it, how it was grown. You wouldn't think
that's what I'm saying. It could be anything. It could be my body. It could be what kind of weed it was. I don't know, but
yeah. Well, that's the
Philip,
thing.
need a few spares?
Alright,
Okay,
if you
what'll
don't
it be?
feel right,
As long as you can
stop
keep
it.
things quiet
Yeah.
and you don't get yourself killed in the...
But
Fine.
if you're buying
Here's
it
everything
off
you need
the
to know.
street, unless you really know someone, last it.
well, you guys got nicer stuff up there, though. Let me be honest with you. You know,
Steal
we
anything?
get a lot of bullshit up. We get a lot of bullshit down here.
First you take the job, now you don't even want it? You should make up your mind.
You
I can get away with 20, but I like it better. Sorry, I like 20%. I'll smoke oil, or shatter as this fuck's called nowadays. Like, it's just a higher concentration of oil, that's all it is. But it is a medication, so you gotta take it with someone trying to know things about it. And I didn't know this really until recently. But
that's what I'm saying. I never had that before.
It's you got CBD and you got
THC.
So THC is what everyone knows, but the CBD is the part that no one really knows. So
That's the
what
more
I
medicinal one.
Learned. Well, no, they're both medicinal. 100% both medicinal.
Well, I'm just saying maybe the
You know, doesn't give you a high. It's more medicinal because people sometimes can't handle a THC high. But the THC
Out with it.
actually
Didn't
does.
muck it up, I hear.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Good. We could use the
I got
coin.
this booklet.
As long as you
I
can
didn't
keep things
believe in it,
quiet,
but
fine. Just
CBD
keep it
is
clean.
to sleep.
Here you go.
THC is to stay awake.
Something troubling you?
THC
Oh, listen.
is supposed to give you energy. It's supposed to do
Good
a lot
job.
of things that I didn't.
and a lot of weed has both in it.
Yeah, no. Weed doesn't really have.
Right.
CBD.
Would you
90% of weed
Okay.
it has a high THC.
Just keep your
and
eyes
it's almost
open and your
always
mouth shut and you'll do
1%
fine. Let me give
one
you the
strain
details.
that I actually was getting from the dispensary, I think it was Afghan, that had 7% CBD with the THC, which is like, I'm pretty sure it was the only one that's had that much. So what I'm saying is that the CBD isn't so much the smoke.
Welcome to the cozy little family. I'm one of the lookouts for the guild. I watched Delvin's
You
back.
might not need the THC.
I've got coin and I've got merchandise. Let's see what
which
we
is
can do.
actually more medicinal, because you can buy things that aren't smoke that you can apply. Like if you have a headache, you can rub stuff on it. Like the girl in the TM BuzzFeed TM video, she tries all the different things, and then at the end she's like, smoking weed is the best thing to fucking do out of all of them. But she at least goes through and tries them, so you can see like, okay, it's not just about smoking weed anymore. We have two different things we need from it. Now in that, let's say like you have a pie, you have, half the pie is CBD, half of it is THC. You have all these different little variations in between, right? So it's like you need to kind of address what you may think is something that's holding you back or you're having an issue with, and then someone like a naturopath who isn't exactly a doctor but understands things would say, yeah, I think this would be the best prescription, or this is what you should try to do, which is something they didn't offer before. And I know in New York, you guys are pretty good with the medicinal, I thought, so, right?
I mean, we are, but I don't have access to that. I mean, because because here's my problem, okay? And this is gonna sound frustrating to you. The type of work that I want to get into on a federal level doesn't care whether or not I get it from a doctor or what state I'm in. So what happens is, if I go for a job that I want, no matter where I am in the United States, if I'm smoking weed, I can't get it.
For the time being, until they change federal.
Oh, yeah.
Your federal will change. It will. As soon as ours goes through in the 18th, you're tomorrow. Especially because Trump is gonna, I don't think he'll have the same support against the law. I think Dwayne Johnson will have more support. But no, that's a very, very.
What do you mean, Dwayne Johnson running for president, you mean?
Yeah.
So,
And just Trump might do something about the weed because it's like even the Nevada fucking what do you call it? The governor or whatever was the first one to buy weed. So like now you got people on a federal level that are okay with it. So like I think it'll change. But for you to sit there and say, hey, I'm not gonna do this because
It fucked me, man.
it's a negative. That's an adult thing to do. That's actually a really like amazing. Like that type of logic will get you to your destiny.
And let me tell you, I love weed. Let me not.
I am saying it. I could tell that you like it, but I gotta pick one and not the other. So like for that, I respect you because that's the fun.
I couldn't either. No, trust me. It's like that's the only thing. Like, you know, I mean, I used to have big problems with alcohol, but like you put it next to me and I'm okay. But if you put weed next to me, I'm gonna have to walk away. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, it's probably because you're not a THC person. I think that if you try the CBD, it doesn't give you a high, and I think that might actually help you. But it's not gonna help you federally, like you said. So you're kind of just
Stuck.
Wait. If it changes, you can do it. If not, whatever. But you could at least research it so if the time comes.
Need something?
Yeah, I can wait until whatever happens.
Or you might be a hash person. Like I remember growing up, I had friends that were hash, only hash, only weed. I did back and forth myself. A good black, getting black, you know. When I was in high school, I smoked only black for 2 years, a year and a half, and then I started smoking. Go dibble back and forth, but some people just, you know, I had a friend that would get angry, be aggressive, and they smoke hash, or just
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, weird shit happens to some people based on your brain chemistry. You know.
I know from like watching the videos on YouTube, weed in like the UK and the States gets tampered with all the time for extra money, which that doesn't really happen around, or at least not the and dispensaries are always fucking good.
It's a fine day with you around.
That is one thing.
Any luck gathering those ingredients? Whatever you're peddling, I'm not buying. Ah, yes, excellent samples. Thank you. This coin, yes. Master I feel I owe you a bit more. Feel free to take what you need from time to time. You'll be refilling it once every few days or so.
Broadcast your fancy magic someplace else.
Just in any sense, if you ever do go back to school,
We're one of the same.
make sure you know where it's coming from.
I'm glad you.
If I ever do again, it's gonna be from a doctor from a lab. It's not gonna be from the street anymore. If I ever do, yeah.
That's just smart. As much as I hate dispensaries, they're $10 all the way up to $4,000 on a pound. They do have better shit than a lot of times.
And I'm willing to pay for that guarantee. You know.
You don't need to. I smoke an ounce minimum a week. Right? So,
Damn. No, I understand.
It's more and more. I don't just react. Because a lot of times that's what happens.
Blessings of Mara upon you.
Like the pain makes you more sensitive, right?
Yes. Like the weather is the number one problem. So like when the weather goes from nice and sunny to cloudy and miserable, I will know 8 hours before because my whole fucking side of my face starts to swell up so that I can feel my eye moving through the swell.
Good to see you.
Finally, someone useful is around.
It'll almost cover the left corner of my eyes. Like I can almost
Thank
tell.
you. I'll share this with Eren. You need to be careful.
We all told me I visit the temple sometimes, but
That's
perhaps
where
not
I have
often enough.
My husband bears
Thanks for bringing this to me.
Oh, how kind. Be careful out there. This rifting can be dangerous.
Come to see that. Thank you for the blessing. I'll put this to good use. Remember, nothing but genuine fire.
Is it hard to not get addicted to the oxy?
For me, no, because I don't live pain-free. This is the number one thing. Anytime you're on any opiate, you never go pain-free. You always have minimum
I'll read it.
30%
Thank you.
pain. You cannot go under.
Come back and see us again.
Once you go under that pain level, certain levels, it's different for everyone, but I usually have like 50%, maybe a little bit under, maybe 40% pain, but that's why going down in the summer, because the summer it's not as cold brings out the worst of pain. It always hurts more in the cold. So in the summer I don't hurt as much. I lower the dose so that
I'm the brewmaster around here.
If I stayed on,
What did you want?
I could maybe have a problem because I'm not in pain. That's when you get high, and that's when you're, become addicted to it. But if you always live in pain,